Stefanos Tsitsipas parts ways with Goran Ivanisevic. What happened? In a move that has sent shockwaves through the tennis world, Stefanos Tsitsipas has announced his split from coach Goran Ivanisevic, describing their partnership as brief but electrifyingly intense. But here's where it gets intriguing. What could have led to the sudden parting of ways after such a high-profile collaboration? Let's dive in. The Greek tennis star, formerly ranked world number 3, revealed the news in a heartfelt Instagram post, reflecting on the short-lived yet impactful relationship. Working with Goran was a whirlwind, packed with energy, effort, and invaluable lessons, Tsitsipas shared. I'm deeply grateful for his dedication to me and my team during this chapter of my career. The partnership began in late May, following Tsitsipas's unexpected second-round exit at the French Open. Ivanisevic, the 2001 Wimbledon champion and a seasoned coach, joined forces with the 26-year-old to help him regain his footing. Together, they tackled the grass court season, with Ivanisevic coaching Tsitsipas at Halle and Wimbledon. However, Wimbledon ended on a somber note when Tsitsipas was forced to retire from his opening match due to a back injury, trailing 0-2 to Frenchman Valentin Royer. And this is the part most people miss. Despite the abrupt end to their collaboration, Tsitsipas expressed nothing but respect for Ivanisevic. Goran's achievements in tennis speak for themselves, but it's his character that truly stands out, Tsitsipas noted. I wish him all the best in his future endeavors. But here's the controversial angle. Was this split purely mutual, or did underlying tensions play a role? Ivanisevic's post-Wimbledon comments, where he criticized Tsitsipas for being poorly prepared, certainly raised eyebrows. Could this have been a contributing factor? Or is this simply a case of two tennis minds realizing their approaches weren't aligned? As Tsitsipas prepares for his next tournament in Toronto, starting Sunday, fans and analysts alike are left wondering, what's next for the Greek star? And will this brief but intense coaching experience leave a lasting impact on his game? What do you think? Is this split a setback for Tsitsipas or an opportunity for him to regroup and come back stronger? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your take on this surprising development in the tennis world. Tennis Dynasties, the complex relationship of fathers and sons in the game. The world of professional tennis is no stranger to drama. But when coaching relationships cross into father-son territory, emotional complexity reaches explosive levels. It's a dynamic that blends intimate understanding with career-crippling tension. And few cases illustrate this better than Stefanos Tsitsipas's roller coaster journey with his father Apostolos. But here's where it gets controversial. Can parental coaching ever truly work at the elite level? Or does it inevitably poison both family bonds and athletic potential? Let's unpack the latest chapter first. In July 2025, Stefanos Tsitsipas stunned fans by abruptly ending his trial partnership with legendary coach Goran Ivanisevic, who'd famously guided Novak Djokovic to 12 Grand Slam titles. Ivanisevic's initial enthusiasm for reviving Stefanos' career came with one non-negotiable condition. Apostolos Tsitsipas, Stefanos' lifelong coach and father, couldn't remain on the team. The experiment lasted just 3 matches before collapsing, sending Stefanos straight back to his father's guidance. This reunion followed a spectacularly messy split less than a year earlier. In August 2024, during a loss to underdog Kei Nishikori in Montreal, Stefanos publicly ordered Apostolos to leave his courtside seat mid-match. He later blamed his father for stagnating his career and technical flaws in his forehand, announcing Apostolos would no longer coach him. Apostolos notably didn't attend that year's U.S. Open, choosing instead to coach Stefanos' younger brother Pavlos on tennis's minor league future circuit. Stefanos initially framed the separation as essential growth. I need to move on now, he insisted, adding he required space to trust his own instincts. Yet, by mid-2025, those same instincts pulled him back to Apostolos. This flip-flop exposes a brutal truth no tennis manual covers. Father-son coaching forces athletes to navigate adolescence, career pressure, and family power struggles simultaneously. Imagine hotel room tensions after losses, arguments over diet and sleep schedules, and the suffocating weight of childhood dynamics playing out on global broadcasts, all while your coach happens to share your DNA. Other players spotlight this tightrope. Alexander Zverev, world number 3, works with his father and brother, admitting, "Off the court, I spend zero time with my father," to avoid overload. Casper Ruud's father, Christian, stepped back during his son's junior development, only returning when Casper needed a travel coach. Their bond thrives on shared golf trips and movie nights. Christian even decodes Casper's subtle frustration cues during matches. Ben Shelton reunited with his father, college coach Brian, in 2023, after initially enduring extra sprints to avoid perceptions of favoritism. Now, Brian grants Ben space for dinner with friends, while he watches golf in their hotel room. Apostolos Tsitsipas argues his approach is irreplaceable. But only he can resurrect Stefanos' focus by invoking childhood sensory triggers, like the feel of a towel wipe or a cold drink, to anchor him during matches. But this near-mystical connection couldn't prevent last year's meltdown in Montreal or Stefanos' subsequent first-round U.S. Open loss. So we're left with the million-dollar question. Is the Tsitsipas reunion a wise reset or a cycle of codependency? Critics point to Stefanos' dramatic regression under Apostolos before the Ivanisevic experiment, while supporters argue only a father's instinct can salvage his talent. And this is the part most people miss. These relationships aren't static. Ruud openly expects his father to eventually prioritize family over touring, while Shelton's dynamic improved precisely because he coached without his grandfather first. Ultimately, Stefanos' U-turn forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth, that trusting your gut might just mean retreating to familiar dysfunction when the pressure spikes. What's your take? Can a parent ever be the ideal high-stakes coach, or does biology inevitably cloud judgment? Share your strongest arguments in the comments, especially if you've experienced similar tensions in sports, arts, or family businesses. Stefanos Tsitsipas parts ways with Goran Ivanisevic. What's next for the Greek star? In a shocking turn of events, Stefanos Tsitsipas has parted ways with his coach Goran Ivanisevic, leaving fans wondering what's next for the 26-year-old Greek tennis star. Tsitsipas took to Instagram to share the news, expressing his gratitude for the time they spent together and the valuable lessons he learned from the experienced coach. But here's where it gets interesting. This split comes at a critical juncture in Tsitsipas' career, as he struggles to regain his footing in the competitive world of tennis. Tsitsipas' season record currently stands at 19-13, a far cry from his impressive title run in Dubai earlier this year. Despite his best efforts, he's been unable to replicate that success, falling out of the top 20 in the PIF ATP rankings in June. The addition of Ivanisevic to his team after Roland Garros was seen as the strategic move to boost his performance, but it seems that partnership has come to an end all too soon. As Tsitsipas looks to return to form during the North American hardcourt swing, he'll need to dig deep and find the consistency that's been eluding him. His last outing at Wimbledon ended in disappointment, with a back injury forcing him to retire in the first round. That defeat has only added to his lackluster slam results this year, which include early exits at the Australian Open and Roland Garros. The two-time major finalist is now in danger of falling outside the top 30 for the first time since July 2018. A prospect that's sure to send alarm bells ringing. So what's next for Tsitsipas? He's set to compete in the National Bank Open presented by Rogers in Toronto, where he'll be looking to make a strong statement and get his season back on track. With his sights set on qualifying for the Nitto ATP Finals for the 6th time in his career, Tsitsipas knows he needs to bring his A-game. The question on everyone's mind is, can he do it without Ivanisevic by his side? As we ponder this question, it's worth considering the impact that coaching changes can have on a player's performance. Can a new coach bring a fresh perspective and help